I want to be honest with you. Having complete self-belief is basically a superpower. I went from practically having zero confidence, zero self-belief, to having much higher confidence and much higher self-belief. And I can tell you from experience that my life has changed drastically for the better. You've probably heard it 100 times, but every great change is always going to start in the mind. It might sound a little cliche at this point, but it could not be closer to the truth. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I completely changed my mindset with self-belief and ultimately change my life, and how you can do the same. So if you're in a mental rut right now and you don't believe in yourself, so this is going to be something that you really need to listen to and apply to your own life, because I promise it's going to help you a lot. So it wasn't actually until about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, that I actually started believing in myself. I thought whatever skills I've learned up to this point were basically all the skills I was ever going to have, because I finished school and I thought that's when education stopped. And I thought that pursuing additional education outside of the general school system was going to be pointless and a waste of time. Part of the reason I thought this is because no one else around me was continuing to educate themselves or better themselves after school. No one around me was chasing big things, so I thought it was the normal thing to do, to not want something bigger in life and just follow the pack. I would get people in my previous gym telling me that I need to compete or do something in fitness as my career, but I didn't believe in myself, so I didn't take any of that too serious. People could tell it was something I was passionate about and that I was actually good at. When people would ask me what I do for work and I would tell them it's just like a normal job, they were always shocked because they thought I should have been doing something in fitness. I would constantly hear these things, but I would never take any of it seriously because I didn't have that belief in myself. They believed in me more than I believed in myself. So maybe people constantly tell you something about yourself that you're good at, but it just goes in one ear and out the other. And the reason that is because you don't have the self-belief. You know deep down that there are things that you want to accomplish, the things you think about when you're driving, the things you think about when you're laying down in bed, the things in your mind that you know you want to do, and you can't stop thinking about it. And you're probably asking yourself, what if? What if I achieved X goal? What would happen if I did this? Constantly have those thoughts because you have a deep down desire to achieve something. But at the same time, you don't do anything about it because you don't have that self-belief yet. So how do I know this? Because that was literally me a year ago. I knew I wanted to stray away from the pack and not work a normal 9-to-5 job or do what society tells me to do. Things like get married just because I should, have kids just because I should. Not saying those things are never gonna happen because I can't predict the future like that, but that's not what I want in life right now. I knew I wanted to live the life that I wanted, but I didn't believe in myself, so I didn't do anything about it until about a year ago. So how do you actually end up building that self-belief? Finally realize that you can achieve whatever you want in life. Again, it's gonna start with the mind. You gotta stop letting those negative thoughts take over. Those thoughts that tell you can't accomplish something. You have to be self-aware enough to realize that you're letting your inner bitch take over your mind every single day. You let those thoughts win. Every single day you don't take action. Still to this day, I practically have a dialogue and an argument in my mind every time I notice those thoughts creep in. And it's hard, but I always try to be as logical as possible. I try to think to myself, why am I having these thoughts? And I do my absolute best just to ignore them and move on. And if you continue to ignore those thoughts for long enough, eventually they will come up less and less. I'm not at the point yet where those thoughts are completely gone, but I am definitely at the point where I can handle them. And it was not easy to get there at first. So when you take enough action in the right direction, eventually you're gonna have a proven track record and be able to prove to yourself that you can accomplish what you want in life. It will come to the point where you're consistently getting closer and closer to your goal, that any negative thought that creeps in will practically be meaningless because of how far you've came so far. The start is always gonna be the hardest part, man, when you may not have that initial track record to constantly look back on. But when you don't have that track record, this is the perfect moment to start building that resilient mindset. And this is how you level up your mind. And following this, level up your life. Eventually, your negative thoughts will just be a part of your previous self. Do whatever you can to separate the previous version of yourself to your current version. Do whatever you can as quick as possible too. What helped me is literally thinking about it like a video game. You're at level 1 right now, and I'm willing to bet that once you start leveling up, you will be able to conquer your level 1 self. I can guarantee you that once you even get to level 5, something that's not even that significant, you will be able to completely destroy your level 1 self. The level 1 version of yourself that had those negative thoughts and lacked the self-belief. So as you continue to level up and get closer and closer to the best version of yourself, you will be able to completely destroy even the higher versions of yourself. Every action you take is a vote towards the person you want to become. Level 1 to 2 is probably going to be the hardest, and level 2 to 3 is probably almost going to be just as hard, but it's maybe going to be easier from the first level up. All that matters is that you just continue to move forward and start building that proven track record to yourself, so that self-belief will follow with it. So that's exactly what it did for me, and this is the mindset I still have today and apply on a daily basis, even when I may or may not have a necessarily perfect track record, but I'm still making constant efforts to improve it. So that's what you need to do if you want to have the fullest self-belief in yourself and be able to conquer anything in life.